Guys, welcome to another video for simonsvideo.com, and my name is Simon Tay, and today I'm going to do a base review for my top donors for my clans of Simon Video and simonsvideo.com. For the past 2 weeks that I have not done any live stream reviewing the top donor space, so this is more like a makeup video for them. The first person I will review the base is Orbisan. Orbisan, if you can see, he donated 6,055 donation, which is huge number of donation. We've received troops of 20, which is amazing. The next person I want to review is Clan. Clan is donated 5,669 donation. We've received troops of hundreds. So let's get down to our base. Okay, first is Orbisan. Orbisan donated quite a number of troops. So this base is actually a Town Hall 7, if I'm not wrong, with 3 mortar. One of the mortar is upgrading right now, so it's actually placed on the outside. But once the mortar is being upgraded, I hope he actually consider putting it back into the center of the base, because the mortar is quite exposed right now. One thing I like about this base is he actually placed a couple of spring traps at the T-junction here to avoid wall breakers from breaking in from the direction here and break the T-junction at this particular location. But one of the spring trap is actually out of the position, so maybe you can actually consider putting it back to the T-junction area to avoid the wall breakers from attacking. Okay, looking at this, I can see that he actually placed the air defense at the center, which is good, because air defense will be the best is to place near to the center, so that it will not be taken out way too early to be let the enemy have a chance to deploy massive dragons or minions. So I can see that is a couple of traps. One is the air bomb, I believe. Air bomb. And if the enemy didn't really use the wall breakers to break through, so he actually can go around at a longer path, which makes it hard for the enemy to completely destroy the base, because of the pathway itself. It takes a much longer path to go through in order to get to the center of the base. But I really worry is because if the enemy can able to get into the site just right beside the center of the base, will the enemy destroy the center of base just by using archers? Maybe not. Because if you can actually access to the center of base by multiple archers, but of course, looking at this, you can see that there are defensive structures like spread throughout the region here, so it's actually quite balanced. So I think it's quite acceptable, but I really have to see how much the base actually help defend the resources at the center of the base. Well, at least this is a quite innovative kind of design that maybe I'll start try to think about a new way of design to lure the enemy into the maze. But this maze is a short maze, but if the enemy attack from the bottom here, you'll still be able to use the wall breakers. But for normal troops, you'll simply go one big round and go into the pathway that is created using this design itself. So this is a farming base with the town hall on the outside to get a 12-hour shield, which is pretty interesting. Well, it's a relatively alright base, but it actually really depends on the enemy ambition, whether they want to utilize a lot of wall breakers to break through this area and get into the T-junction, and you basically can get through almost half of the base. But it's a unique design. I really have to see how the resource are being protected. Is it really well protected in this sense? And the next base I want to review is by Clan, and this base is very interesting. It's a very basic partition design, which I believe a lot of people have already utilized a similar kind of design. And I see that he actually uses spring traps at some intersections over here and here. However, the spring trap is not the best optimum position. For this particular spring trap, yes, this is a very good position because it's right beside storage and a cannon, which is able to actually attracts both goblins and giants. But for this particular location at the top center spring trap, if the event of the enemy actually breaks the top corner of these walls and deploy maybe three to four goblins, the goblins will do will run right through the spring trap and go to the elixir collectors, meaning that this spring trap will be triggered without the goblin stepping and staying on top of it. So it's best to have a resource right beside a spring trap and a tower so that it will be able to attract both giant and goblins to step on it and stay on it until that maximum number of troops are on top of the spring trap at the same time. For this spring trap is on the best location because it does have elixir, the gold mine and gold storage and one cannon. So this spring trap is one of the best position. For this particular spring trap is not at the optimum position because there's no resource at the site. There's all defensive structures. But for this particular design is I think particularly good because of the mortar is at a very nice position that is being protected on the inner side and is in a triangle formation, and it does cover majority of the base in all directions. Yes, and the enemy when they attack, they can't get majority of the resource because all the resource are spread out, but it's still relatively exposed on the side though. So to take note, all the storage are actually relatively exposed, but the enemy have to decide which direction the enemy they want to actually attack. So if they focus attack on one direction, then it's very hard for them to get all the resources in this base. But personally, it's still slightly too exposed. So I really hope you actually put something in front of the storage so that you actually protects the storage slightly more. I like the fact that he actually staggered the walls so that the enemy cannot use the T-junction break. T-junction break, that means if it is a same level, the enemy can break two walls at a single wall breaker. So using a staggered formation, this is remember staggered formation, try to stagger with two tiles, that means two walls above the previous line, because the wall breakers can break two walls slightly like 2 to 2.5 walls because of splash damage. So when you stagger, try to stagger at least two walls. Well, basically this is pretty nice staggering. What else? Well, this base is definitely good for a Town Hall 7, but this is still not a farming base. This is more like a trophy base. But if the enemy want to attack and get all the buildings on the outside plus a little bit on the inside, you still be able to win this base relatively easily. I like the fact he actually put the resource and non-resource staggered on the outside, so the goblins will have to walk a longer path. So you can see it's non-resource, resource, non-resource, and resource, non-resource, resource. You can see that if the goblins are actually placed in a single location and deploy through here, the goblins will have to skip from one place to another place. So it will take a longer time and a higher chance for the defensive structures to destroy all the goblins before the goblins can get a majority of the resource. So this base is definitely interesting to use if you are at Town Hall 7, I believe. well, basically that's it for this base review for my top donors for the past 2 weeks. And I really hope you like this video, and of course do comment in the comment section below what you like, what you do not like about this video. And of course do share this video to other people who have not seen it, and of course do subscribe. Right, so thank you very much for watching Simon's video. Have a nice day. See ya. Bye bye. To support for this podcast, please visit simonvideo.com for more podcasts and application reviews. Thank you very much.